I'm seeing the younger players playing better. I'm seeing our defense really getting the hang of what Zimmer wants to put in, which was more of a challenge than we thought it would be. But I'm seeing them go out there and play as Zimmer's designing it. And I'm really particularly pleased with the way Rush is playing quarterback out there. Thought he had everything to do with us being successful.
Jerry Jones likes what he's seen surrounding this Dallas Cowboys team as they've put together a couple wins in a row. The Thanksgiving holiday is in the rearview mirror. You may or may not still have some Thanksgiving leftovers in your fridge, but we flash back here on Cowboys Flashback to a Cowboys win over the New York Giants, 27-20. I'm Kyle Yeomans filling in for Nicole Hutchison here on this week's show. We'll hear from her later on, but first we hear from Mike McCarthy, who's thankful for the guys who continue to push things in the right direction. He's passed Bill Parcells on the all-time wins list, and the only reason he's done so is because these guys just won't quit despite the 2024 record.
Yeah, that's, yeah, definitely. It's something that I know I never thought about when I got into coaching, but I do have such, great respect for this game and the people before me. And, I don't know Coach Parcells, but I just have always admired him and particularly his generation, because that was the generation that I broke in under, and I was fortunate, so blessed to work for Marty Schottenheimer and the staff that I was on. And you hear stories, you work with different people, and I've always felt that, Marty and Coach, and Bill has very similar styles and approaches. So, but yeah, just to be mentioned with any of those guys is a blessing. Well, I'm thankful for, what each and every one of them does every day, the way they first start personally, how they represent the Dallas Cowboys, and they do the extra, and a lot is asked of them, and they never complain. They don't blink with it, so I am very proud of them for that. And I'm also thankful for what they do, what they give up, the sacrifices not only do they make physically, mentally, and emotionally, but what their families make. Their families are a huge part of this, huge part of their individual success, and a huge part of our success. So I'm just thankful for the opportunity to work with each and every one of these players. It's something that it's an opportunity I don't take lightly. I know that my career has gone very quickly. From 1993 to today, it's gone so fast. So I'm just thankful to be able to be a part of these young men's lives, and hopefully I can give them something in return, so I can go on and on and on. So very thankful.
Mike, can you just talk about the 10 days rest and the opportunity to build momentum, get the injured guys back, Trevon Diggs, maybe Zach Martin, some of the guys back, and really build momentum to with rested guys to make a push? Yeah,
definitely. This is where we wanted to be. Obviously this week getting these 2 wins, and we'll start the way we break the season down, and this will be the third semester. So, this third semester is, it's laid out. We got the next 2, or the next one at home, and then, Carolina, and it was a 3 of the 5 at home. So, I think it's clearly, the rest might be the most important part of the schedule. If you just look at what we've been dealing with, rest recovery I think will really help us. The schedule's set up for our players to be on a bye week types. They have some responsibility on Monday, and we'll do a later start on Wednesday. So I do want them to get away, get their batteries charged, and be able, be ready to go, because we're gonna have to play our best football clearly in front of us.
5 games remain for the Dallas Cowboys. They sit at 5-7, slim but still prevalent playoff hopes at the same time. They could still make a run here with the next 4 teams on their schedule, all with a losing record up until that Philadelphia matchup in the penultimate week of the regular season. When we come back, one way they'll have some success is balance on offense. Rico Dowdle had a big-time game last time out. How can he replicate that? Nicole and Tommy Yarish join the show when we come back.
Dallas Cowboys Flashback, powered by Reliant, is brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, and by Reliant, official energy provider of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by AT&T. official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.
Throughout the 2024 season, the Cowboys offense is trying to find balance. Well, they found some in their win against the New York Giants. Rico Dowdle finishes with 22 carries, 112 yards. He had his first rushing score of the year in his first 100-yard career rushing game in the same matchup. With more on that, let's go back out to AT&T Stadium where Nicole caught up with Tommy Yarish.
Nicole Hutchison here alongside Tommy Yarish after the Dallas Cowboys get their first home win of the season, 27-20 the final in AT&T Stadium, and so many good things to be smiling about, right? But specifically when you're talking about this offense, this run game, Rico Dowdle having a season high and career game, the first running back for the Dallas Cowboys to have a rushing touchdown. Yes, you heard that right. The first Cowboys running back to have a rushing touchdown this season. Now, how good did it just feel to see a guy like that come out on top?
Well, obviously, it's something that this Cowboys offense has been looking for quite some time, right? Mike McCarthy said the last couple of weeks that he's looking to get Rico Dowdle right around that 20 touches mark. And when that happens, good things happen for this offense, and you see that today. He scores his first rushing touchdown of the season, first time over 100 yards this season. And when that happens, it allows this Cowboys offense to kind of open up in the receiving game, too. Everything's complementing each other. Cooper Rush is playing with confidence, and that's why he was able to toss that touchdown pass. And one of many examples of him being able to move the ball around the field and playing more comfortable, and it all starts with things opening up with that run game. So when Rico Dowdle's able to do that, these chains start moving for this Cowboys offense.
You feed 2-3, good things happen, and that's something that this team had really struggled with in the beginning of the season, finding consistency and really having belief in this run game. And you saw where they kind of struggled the first couple of possessions. They stuck with the run game, then they went away from it and abandoned it in the red zone. When you talk about the ability, though, to spread the ball around, you saw Cavante Turpin get some action as well. How beneficial is that moving forward?
Well, it's obviously very beneficial. Anytime you can get your playmakers into space, good things are going to happen, especially when one of your playmakers is the fastest man in the NFL. So seeing Cavante Turpin get more involved as a receiver in this offense is obviously very encouraging, because you saw what happens when he gets into space, whether it be tunnel screens, bubble screens. If he finds open grass, he's one of the hardest guys, if not the hardest guy to get down in this league, simply because of his speed alone. So that's an exciting development, but you could say the same thing about guys like Rico Dowdle, CD Lamb, the other receivers in this offense, because they can all make plays happen with their speed. And with, like I said, Turpin, one of the fastest guys in the league. Good things are going to happen when you get him the ball.
Tommy, I've got to ask you this. How much confidence now do you have in this offense moving forward? Because you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You also have somewhat of a difficult stretch going forward.
Well, obviously, you have to have confidence with back-to-back wins, right? After the 5-game losing stretch that they had, to come here in 5 days and pick up 2 division wins, that's very encouraging. And the more encouraging part, I think, Nicole, is now you go into a double-digit day break before your next game. You come back here and play a Cincinnati team that has struggled on the defensive side of the ball at times this season, with 2 wins behind your back, and you're driving with momentum going forward. So all of that has to encourage you a bit, but that doesn't mean that there still aren't certain parts of this offense that you want to see better. I think Cooper Rush's accuracy can be better. Can this run game be consistent? So there are still questions there, but over the course of the last 2 games, you've seen good things, and you have seen what this offense can look like when it's playing at a high level.
2 straight wins, the Cowboys hoping to get their 3rd straight wins. They have a Monday Night Football game against the Cincinnati Bengals. We'll see if they can get it in. All right, Tommy, thank you so much. For Nicole Hutchison and Tommy Yarish here in AT&T Stadium, we're going to send it back to you in the studio.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tommy and Nicole. Rico Dowdle was a bright spot for this Cowboys offense. It helped open up some opportunities outside of that as well. When we come back, we stay on the offensive side of the football. Cooper Rush playing well. Tyler Smith a little banged up on the offensive line, but they're starting to piece it together as well. What's the future look like for the Cowboys offense? With more Cowboys Flashback right after this.
This segment was brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by Ashley, the official furniture store of the Dallas Cowboys.
The Cowboys' offensive line's been a little banged up throughout the year, but Tyler Smith continues to play at a really high level. They try and figure things out as they go on to Monday Night Football to face the Cincinnati Bengals. As we welcome you back in to Cowboys Flashback, I'm Kyle Yeomans. Let's hear from Tyler Smith when it comes to that offensive line trying to put the puzzle pieces back together.
you know, if any of us go down, like not only do I have my brother's back, but he has mine. So when we come in there's no drop off, you know, straight domination. So yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
It's like to turn around on this team. You know, everybody's doubting out the Cowboys, but you guys starting off on the offensive line, turning around really these last 2 weeks. What was the message for the O-line going into these games?
I mean, the biggest thing we felt like we really talk about during the week is just it's on us. Like, who's going to carry the water? And I think that's something that, you know, you have to embrace those hard times. You have to embrace adversity, especially not only in a game but throughout the week. You know, whatever's going on, you know, whether it's, you know, you're dealing with something or, you know, you're trying to get this play right, just embracing the process and, you know, really sticking to it so that way when it comes to game day, you're just executing.
First home game of the year. Your message to Cowboys fans, how did it feel to get this first win at home?
I mean, it was great. But, you know, I think the biggest thing is just continuing to stack success. You know, we got this one win at home. Let's keep it going. You know, let's keep rolling and rolling. And at the end of the day, let's see where we end up.
So Tyler Smith talking about that adversity that the offensive line is facing. They may have lost left tackle Tyler Guyton for a couple of weeks as well, going into even a long week against Cincinnati. But they have been playing better up front. Big credit to Cooper Beebe, Brock Hoffman at that interior offensive line spot that have helped the Cowboys move forward. And it's helped protect Cooper Rush as well as this offense continues to find their rhythm.
Yeah, definitely. Didn't start great, you know, versus Philly. And Houston wasn't the result we wanted, but we did some things fundamentally that I was proud of. And then just trying to, you know, take care of the ball. We're starting to run the ball really well the last couple of games. And our defense, keeping us in the game early, allows us to keep running it. And that's what I'm saying. It's a great team win. Guys are stepping up on both sides of the ball.
What does Rico Dowdle, the game he had today, getting over 100 yards for the first time, what does that mean to the team? Just talk about his play today.
Yeah, the way he runs, it's infectious. Runs hard, high motor. That's 2 weeks in a row now. We're getting, you know, contacted, 5 more yards, pushing the piles, and those add up over time. You get in the fourth quarter, those 4 or 5 yard runs that he's wearing on guys start turning to 8 yard, 10 yard, and he busts a couple there late. So that's why it's important to stick with it, and he's running really well.
Cooper, having Brandon Cooks back out there, what did that do for you as a quarterback in this offense?
It's big. I mean, a veteran guy, it's, you know, made big catch after big catch throughout his whole career. Can do a lot of different things, you know, receiver-wise, and showed up today in big moments. Touchdown, great catch running through the ball there, and then the last play at third down, you know, kind of put it out there a little too far, but he made a great play, and sometimes it comes down to that.
As you heard there from Cooper Rush, taking steps in the right direction, whether it was Philly to Houston, Houston going on to Washington, and then, of course, the win over the Giants this past week. They'll look to continue in that direction as they face the Bengals on Monday Night Football. But the defense is who they're trying to keep pace with. It's been large strides from the defense with the return of Micah Parsons and then the play of DeMarvion Overshown. We hear from both of the playmakers when we come back.
This segment was brought to you by Ashley, the official furniture store of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, man. You know, you got to think it was a learning period. Everyone's understanding new defense. Zim's a lot more creative and demanding how they want people to play the gap. So it was challenging a lot of the interior guys to play new ways, the corners to play new ways. I think at this point, everyone's comfortable. Everyone's locked in, you know. And you got to think, as soon as we was trying to get comfortable, injuries. It was like bang, bang, bang. So you got to call some guys up that was probably never going to get the opportunity, and they got to learn the system. And, you know, they was probably comfortable. Like, I got Micah and D-Law in front. I'm probably, you know, not going to get much. And it's like, boom, it's right there in front of you. So it tells you always got to be prepared. You always got to stay prepared. And I think at this point in the season that everyone's ready.
That's what it's all about. You know, we all going to feed off each other, and good things happen when you get to the ball. And that was just a play that we really needed. It was a crucial play coming out of halftime. EK making a great play, and I was there for my brother to clean it up and make sure it was even a better play.
Third consecutive games, the defense has really come out fast start, but also play good football for the majority of the game. It's kind of starting to kind of piece together 6 sacks today and 15 quarterback hits. What would you say about this in the locker room as far as defense is concerned? Just what's happening on the night?
Hey, we feeling that groove. We feeling that groovy. Exactly what we talked about leading up to the season, you know, getting all our guys back, getting comfortable within Zim's system, and he trusting the 11 guys that's out there. So, you know, we feeling real groovy, and I'm excited for next week, you know, 'cause I know he got some more stuff cooked up for us. I was really just thinking blow up the play. You know, it was a blitz with my number on it, and I just knew I had to make an impact play or at least cause some type of confusion back there. And when the quarterback threw the ball, actually when the running back let me loose, I was like, it's some BS going on. And then the quarterback threw the ball, I was like, this is my play to make. I was fast enough to get to the tip, and a first touchdown on the pick. I couldn't ask for a better way to get it. So my boy EK, he actually got his pick his second year, just like me. So we twins.
Just a couple of defenders playing at the highest level on this Cowboys defense. Micah Parsons and DeMarvion Overshown as we welcome you back into Cowboys Flashback. Both guys made impact plays against the Giants, and both are really the cornerstones of this defense moving forward, no matter who's the coordinator or who the coaching staff is from this point forward. Micah Parsons and DeMarvion Overshown have established themselves defensively. With more on that, I go back in flashback to Cowboys game night this past weekend, where Isaiah Stanback breaks down one of Micah Parsons' 2 sacks. They finally find that pass rush over these last 2 weeks, and it's a game changer for this defense.
It is a game changer, and I want you guys to go into the mind of Mike Zimmer with me real quick as we go over to the film to break this thing down. He is all about matchups. He's all about his guys. And right off the back, I want you guys to count with me. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys on the line of scrimmage for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, what problems does that present for their opposing team? Well, if I have 6 guys at the line of scrimmage, I now have my guy that has my left tackle has to take him. My left guard has to take him. My center now has to go out to the left side. I walk my running back up from 5 yards deep. I walk him up into the A-gap to take care of that responsibility. My guard goes out. My tackle goes out. That is what we call man-on-man. I like my odds when I can get man-on-man. And where are my goons when I have that? Well, there's a dude by the name of Micah Parsons who just happens to get in there, and he likes to line up right on the outside over here. So now you have Micah Parsons one-on-one with the offensive lineman who's not nearly as athletic as him. Let's go ahead and play it through. Double A-gap look. You guys have heard about it 1,000 times from Coach Zimmer. Pause it right now. Now, what just happened? The offensive linemen have to go out, right? I'm now responsible for these guys. These are my responsibilities. Those are my gaps that I have to be responsible for, regardless if they come or not. He's coming. He's coming. We drop out. We drop out. We come. We come. Now, even though this running back right here doesn't have any responsibilities now, his guy disappears, he is too close to the line of scrimmage. So even though that's his guy right there, he's going to try to scan back, but the levels don't allow for him to get to where he needs to get. Micah Parsons runs a stunt. He's going to come inside. Boom, free shot at good old Drew Lock, and you cannot stop it because you're having an offensive lineman trying to stop one of the league's most dominant pass rushers in Micah Parsons. It's not going to play in your favor, but it does play in the favor of the Dallas Cowboys and Mike Zimmer's defense.
It definitely does, and having him back in the fold is a complete game changer. It completely flips the way that you run your defense because now guys like Osa can get free. You had Mozzie Smith play another game. He's stacked 4 good weeks on the defensive line. That's something we haven't been able to say about the former first-rounder. What's been the biggest step up in regards to the Cowboys defense since Micah Parsons' return?
It's Micah. It's Micah. I mean, and I hate to say it just like that, but that's really what it is. Yeah. When you have a guy on the defensive line that you have to circle and say, hey, we need to be concerned about him. We want to try to get 2 people on him at all times. Now Mike Zimmer has an opportunity to say, okay, no, I'm not going to allow for you to get 2 people on him. You're going to do exactly what we just showed you guys on the film and create one-on-one matchups. I understand what your blocking responsibilities are as an offense. I am going to now put guys in place to say, hey, that's your man, and then I'm going to go ahead and run some guys out, and now your guys are consumed, and your guy that you don't want one-on-one ISO, Micah Parsons, now he has a one-on-one shot against probably one of your least athletic guys on the front.
Couldn't have said it better myself. That's why he's an Emmy Award winner and a Super Bowl champ as well. Isaiah Stanback on Cowboys game night. When we come back, we wrap up Cowboys Flashback. It's a long week for the Cowboys. Chance to possibly get some guys back, get healthy going into Monday Night Football in prime time in Arlington against the Cincinnati Bengals in Week 14.
To watch more Dallas Cowboys content on your connected TV, download the Cowboys Now app on Amazon Fire, Roku, and Apple TV. Dallas Cowboys Flashback, powered by Reliant. was brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, and by Reliant, an NRG company.
Two teams that have fallen short of sky-high expectations entering the 2024 season after a playoff berth a year ago meet up here at Monday Night Football, AT&T Stadium this week, Week 14 of the NFL season. Things getting started on ESPN at 7:15 start time between the 4-8 Bengals and Joe Burrow, still putting up great numbers this season despite the losing record, taking on the Dallas Cowboys at 5-7 with some slim playoff hopes still alive. We get things started 6 p.m. Central Time from AT&T Stadium on Cowboys Pregame Live. But that does it for Cowboys Flashback. We'll see you next week.